Hello everyone and welcome to AEW Discussion. I'm your host in AEW Tuesdays, Dougie Doug. In today's episode I'm going to be discussing Dynamite, January 24th, 2024 edition. An episode of Dynamite that featured the return of the ranking system, so challengers for titles. Well, there still is this dib system in place, however there are still certain challengers that are being put through the cliche run of having to earn it, even though it's pretty obvious that they're going to be competing for the titles anyway. And with that, we're going to get right into the action, starting with Pentel Zero Miral versus Hangman Adam Page. And as I was talking about at the open, with the challengers that are quote-unquote having to earn a title match, but we all know are going to get a title match anyway, Hangman Page fits that category. Page and Penta came up with the first match of the night and had a long exchange of taunts before locking up and making a clean break against the ropes. They upped the ante quickly and found themselves trading shots in the middle of the ring. Both scored some takedowns, but it was Hangman who scored the first near fall of their standing shooting star press. A good match was expected between these two, and they did not disappoint. This was the usual singles AEW singles match with multiple 2 counts and counters, but they made it feel more spontaneous at times. Page would score the win with a buckshot lariat, continuing to stack up wins and momentum, just like Strickland, en route to a title match at Revolution, triple threat world title match at Revolution. Jeff Hardy versus Strickland, and Strickland's another guy who will have to earn a title match that we all know he's gonna get. So Hardy's last match showed him looking better than he has in the ring for quite some time, and that continued into this belt. These two did not have much experience working together, or do not have much experience working together, but displayed quite a bit of chemistry. Strickland can work with just about anyone, but he always seems to bring something extra to the matches when he is working with a veteran. Unfortunately for Jeff, this match would end the same way as his last one, in defeat. Swerve hitting his trademark double stomp for the win. Next week is Dealer's Choice, where Strickland will pick an opponent for Page, and Page will pick an opponent for Strickland. Certainly nice little tease for next week too. Quite curious to see who those guys pick, because there doesn't seem to be an obvious choice at the moment. And the show concludes with Miral Suzuki versus Adam Copeland. As the commentary team so eloquently put it, a matchup you would never think would happen. And honestly, I don't know how many people, I didn't see anybody call this a dream match, nor did I see anybody clamoring to see, nor was there ever an impression that this was a match that people were thinking of in terms of a match that they wanted to happen now that Copeland is in AEW, but nonetheless it was a match that happened. And it was also the main event that started with about 7 minutes before the top of the hour, but AEW pretty much, I'm thoroughly convinced that they got like an NXT kind of time run. NXT usually goes to about, so I live in Central Time, so it would be about 9:08 at the latest the show would end. So I'm convinced that Dynamite's got another thing too, where they go from 7 to 9:08, because once again AEW is going past the top of the hour to finish this match. Once the bell rang, the competitors wasted no time and started throwing hands as soon as the match started. Neither man went down after the first exchange, so they regrouped and tried again. The Radar Superstar took a hard hit that sent him to his knees, but he bounced back pretty quickly. This was entertaining and hard hitting, but felt way too short for a match AEW put some hype into. Now this didn't need to be a 30-minute matchup, but starting it with less than 10 minutes up the show is not ideal. Copeland would get the win, and after the match made sure to show Suzuki some respect. However, the veteran did not return the favor and walked away growling. So there's just that there. Copeland continues on his quest for another TNT title match against Christian Cage. And given the way they're building up this story, don't be surprised if that's the TNT title match at Revolution. Cage versus Copeland 3 for the TNT title. In conclusion, AEW has had some great episodes of TV in recent months, so the ones that tend to be more down the middle will probably stick out more than they should. Still, this was a fun episode with some solid matches and promos, but a lot of it felt like filler to get to the next stage in the stories they were telling. Suzuki and Copeland meeting for the first time was interesting. Storm and Purrazzo nailed it with their interview, and Jeff and Swerve put on a good display. Nothing from this show is must-see, but it also didn't have anything that was skippable. And with that will conclude this episode of AEW Discussion. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button down below.